All right. So, you've been dancing since a very young age and started practicing yoga to become a stronger and more flexible dancer, correct?
Yes.
So, how long were you dancing for?
I started dancing when I was 3,
Wow.
but it was not like I went to school. I've never been to school for dance. It was just how the music made me feel, and every single cell in my body just vibrated to the beat of the music, and I would just let go, surrender to the music, and just flow with it.
I'm jealous.
And so I've always wanted to do yoga, but when I actually started was in 2012 July. I started with Bikram yoga, and so after that it just opened up this entirely new world for me that I didn't even know existed.
So, what brought you to the Bikram yoga initially?
It was just a Groupon. Seriously, it was a Groupon at work. I used to work for an insurance company, 9 to 5 corporate job, super boring. I hated my life, this company used to, just a third-party company who would come to the studio, to the office, and once or twice a year they would give out all these Groupons for yoga and just tons and tons of stuff, services and products. So I bought the one for Bikram yoga, and this was all the way downtown, and I used to live up north of Toronto, and this was all the way downtown, just like an hour and a half away of like bus ride and subway. So I was like, okay, fine, you know what, I'll do it. It was, I think, $20 for 5 classes. I said, okay, good deal, let's do it. And that's how I
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, why did you decide to go to Bikram teacher training?
Honestly, it was not my decision. It was the decision of the universe. It sounds really crazy. A friend of mine, we used to practice together at my home studio, the one downtown that I talked about. And one day he just came up to me and said, "Hey, did you apply for the scholarship?" I was like, "Huh? What? What scholarship?" And he's like, "The Bikram scholarship for teacher training." I was like, "I don't even know if I want to be a teacher. Like, I have no idea what you're talking about." And then he gave me this entire, he told me everything. Go online, it's 5 days for deadline. I don't know if you can make it, just submit whatever you can and then see what happens. So I was like, okay, well, yeah, sure, I have nothing to lose. And I had recently been laid off from my corporate job, from the insurance company, so I had absolutely nothing to do. I was just practicing yoga every day, and that was it. So I applied for the scholarship, submitted all my documents, and then I got it.
Yeah, we saw that. You got the scholarship. That's really competitive, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think Bikram decides himself who he wants to give it to, and I'm just beyond grateful. And it just changed my life.
That's awesome. That's amazing, like what the universe can open up for you when you're not even thinking about it.
Exactly.
It just kind of happens.
The best things happen when you're not really thinking about it, when you're not planning it.
Yeah.
It's just very spontaneous.
Yeah, and you have to pay attention too to the signs because sometimes it's not as obvious as it could be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, how intense was the training? Because it's 9 weeks.
9 weeks, twice a day, every day, except for Sundays. It comes up to almost 100 classes in 9 weeks.
Because it's how many hours? It's insane. It's the highest number of training hours.
Yeah, I can't really. We should do the calculation with math, but I'm really bad at math. But it's.
I heard it's like one of the highest
It's not 90
ones.
minutes.
Yeah.
It's more than 90. If Bikram is teaching, it goes up to 2.5 hours.
Right.
And with the intense heat and everything, it is super intense.
I hear people. Yeah. I hear people end up like dropping like flies on occasion. Oh man.
You can see the staff coming up and like picking up people and like carrying them out of the room.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so since your teacher training was completed, you've pretty much been traveling and teaching in various studios. Now, how long do you think you'll be doing that for?
Until I drop and say, okay, I need to go home. But I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Great. Now, how many more countries do you want to teach in?
I want to teach at every single Bikram yoga studio in the world. I have China next, and then
that's awesome.
Thailand and Indonesia. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, is there one city or country that's your dream city or country to teach in, and why?
Uh, no. There's no particular city. I want to teach everywhere.
Yeah.
I do want to teach everywhere, but it's also because of the experience is going to be different everywhere I go. You know, the energy is going to be different. The students are going to be different. The cultures are going to be different. So I just want to experience all of that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, what are your 5 necessities whenever you travel to teach?
Accommodation.
Of course.
And reasonable pay. It has to, because I'm not saving money. When you go out to travel, you don't save money. You just try to make enough to pay for the next trip.
Right.
So that's what I do. Whenever I'm going for a certain adventure to a certain studio, I just want to make sure that first of all my accommodation is paid, and then I'm being paid for my classes a reasonable. I'm not asking for a lot of money, because first of all I'm not a seniors teacher to begin with. So third would be a cooperative community, like the manager of the studio or the studio owner. I should be able to feel their energy while we're talking and deciding on when they want me to come over. So that's a very important thing. The work environment needs to be very good, because I've had one experience that was not very pleasant. So now I make sure that I have to lay down everything and just put it out there and say, listen, these are the things I want. If you can provide, perfect, let's work together. If not, then then let's just look for other opportunities. That's 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, I guess that's it.
What about like physical things? Do you have to have like your iPod? Do you have to have any certain lucky charm that needs to travel with you?
To take with me? Honestly, no. I like the music.
I know. I don't know.
But yeah, no. I just no, not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're easy then, huh?
Yeah.
So what has been your favorite experience so far as a traveling instructor?
My favorite experience. I think it was Baguio City. It's a city 5 hours north of Manila. I went there and I taught there for less than a month. It's in the middle of a forest, fresh air, natural organic fruits and vegetables. It's just, that place is like, it healed me. I felt like my body was healed when I came out of Baguio. So I would say Baguio.
Yeah. That's awesome. Okay, so what would you say is your favorite thing about teaching? Just one.
Favorite thing about teaching?
Just one.
My favorite thing about teaching is to see my students improve. When I see them coming day in, day out, and I see them trying, struggling, suffering, breathing, gasping, everything. So it's my students.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
my favorite part.
Now, do you have a least favorite thing about teaching?
My least favorite thing would be nothing.
Nothing?
I love everything about this job.
Well, we can tell. Now, your students can definitely feel your amazing energy in class, and we can feel your dedication to the practice, which helps us during our practice. Now, how do you keep whatever's going on in your day from affecting your teaching? What advice would you give to help someone lock out the world while they practice?
If I'm having a bad day, or if I'm stressed or whatever, and I know that I'm going to teach like in a couple of hours, I look forward to teach because it takes me away. I prepare, well, not really prepare, I know exactly what I'm going to say. It's, every day you teach the same way, but I look up for tiny bits and pieces, like a quote or a certain posture that I want to focus on and find out the benefits of that posture. What am I going to say to the students? How am I going to correct them? How am I going to give that knowledge to them? And when I start preparing that, my mind just gets focused on just that. Again, the most important part for me is my students. So I want to give them the best that I can. So all the knowledge that I have, whatever I can tell them, whatever experience that I've had that I can share with them. So it just automatically just puts me in that zone where I'm like, it's just me, it's just the yoga and my students.
So what would you tell someone like they're having a bad day at work? And it's easy to say, just leave it all outside.
For someone who's practicing?
Yes, for a student, because sometimes it's so hard. You know, you're having a bad day and it's like, okay, I have to go practice, and you want to be able to leave it outside.
Yeah.
So what would you, what would you say to them?
I would say, breathe. Seriously.
Yeah.
I would say breathe. Just breathe. Think about your breath. Take a deep inhale for 6 counts, and then make your exhale longer than your inhale for 8 counts or maybe 10 counts. And just do that like 10 times, 20 times. Trust me, your breath has so much incredible power. We have no idea. We take our breath for granted because it comes to us naturally. If it doesn't, we die.
Right.
So we know if I'm not dead, then that means, you know, the breath is coming. It's going to keep on coming.
Right.
But if you are having a bad day, just come to the class, lie down on your mat. If you don't, just sit down, close your eyes. Just breathe. That's it.
Okay. Awesome. Now, we do see that you practice on your own as much as possible, because we know you're doing it after class almost every day.
Yeah.
So it's great because, you know, that makes you a teacher who not only teaches but also does. And we appreciate that. So what is one position that you yourself continue to keep working on to improve on?
Any position that challenges me.
So which one is your most challenging right now?
Right now, it is a standing bow pulling pose where I'm trying to lock my knee and have my legs straight.
Up.
Yeah. I'm close, but it's not coming.
But we all have faith in you, so we know it's going to come.
that's what matters the most. You know? Yeah, the support and the encouragement is what's going to get me
Which is good for us in class, too, because we need that. We need to know it's going to happen. You know, it'll happen eventually. It may take 10 years, but it will happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Patience and persistence.
Okay, now since dance has been a huge part of your life, do you make time for it at all between your teaching and your traveling?
To be honest, my dance has been kind of ignored because of so much yoga, practicing, travel, and teach and all that. So I actually miss it, but I do take the opportunity in the shower to when nobody's watching. Yeah, no, I'm kidding. But no, if I have my headphones on, you know, and if I'm just walking around, or if I'm even in the kitchen, if I'm making breakfast or whatever, I'm dancing. I'm dancing as I'm doing stuff. Always. And
awesome.
That makes me feel good. Yeah, I'm not actually choreographing anything, but I'm still dancing.
Right. Awesome. All right. So now you have a Facebook photo album called Yoga in Heels. First off, let me say that what you're doing in heels, many of us cannot do in our bare feet, which is awesome and amazing. So now, what inspired you to do those postures in heels?
I went for this photo shoot with a friend of mine, and the photographer was also my friend. So we just went there to do our headshots. But I took my heels with me as well, because I just started to wear heels to do some dancing in heels. And then when we were doing the photo shoot, I was in my heels. I was just normal modeling kind of a photo shoot, and then my friend who came with me, she's a yoga instructor as well, and she was like, "Why don't you do locust pose with your heels on?" It's like, "Huh, interesting. Yeah, let's do that." And I did that, and the pictures came out to be really amazing, really awesome.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, I was like, "Why don't I just try to do every single posture in heels?" And then started doing them at home, just practicing, day in, day out. And then I did that photo shoot with the yoga in heels, the entire album. Another friend of mine said, "I would love to do that with you. Do you want to just go out to the lakeshore, you know, Toronto lakeshore? We can do a photo shoot there." And we did it there, and then ever since then, I've just been like, "Yeah, let's try to go even more crazy."
Yeah, because
it's fun.
Some of us can't really walk in heels either. So.
But it's amazing. It is so exciting, the balance that you're
Yeah.
because you're caught on your toes. You know? It's so
Yeah.
much fun. I love it.
I know. I remember looking at the album, like, I don't even know how he's doing that.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have to see this album. Okay, so what's the one piece of advice you would give to a new Bikram student?
Patience and persistence. Yeah.
Okay.
Patience and persistence. Because I learned this, I went for a meditation retreat. It's called Vipassana, and I learned patience and persistence. And the instructor says, observe your breath with patience and persistence. You are bound to be successful. Like there's no other option. You will be successful. Like it's a kind of like a guarantee that you are bound to be successful. So if you guys are practicing, not even just a beginner, even a regular student who's been doing it for 10 years, just have patience and keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. You are bound to be successful.
So what do you say? Because I've seen during class, some people are trying to escape the room.
Yeah.
What do you say to them when they're trying to leave? Because they always stay. They don't leave. They stay.
Yeah, they always do. They just want to know that you know what they're going through. It's not like just an instructor just giving out instructions. No, when I'm teaching, I want you to know that this is a safe place for you, and I'm here to take care of you. So I just want you to stay here. If you don't want to do the posture, sit down or lie down, but just try to stay. The more you stay back, the more used to you'll get to the heat. You'll embrace the heat. You'll start loving the heat eventually. Then you'll be like, I can't do any other yoga if it's not hot yoga.
Exactly. For many of us, it's just like we never thought we'd say 100 degrees is cold.
Right? There you go. There you go.
Yeah, because they always seem to stay. Like I've seen some try to flee, and they just sit there and they're fine.
Just tell them to take it easy and just. It's a human thing. Honestly, it's just a human thing. How I know I've been in those situations where I've been like, I need to get out of this room. Oh my god. But when you have an instructor who cares, and it's obvious that the instructor cares, then it kind of calms you down. It really does.
Awesome. Okay, so we know that you're based in Toronto, but where are you from originally? Because it doesn't sound like you're Canadian.
I'm from Pakistan.
Okay.
I was born raised in Pakistan. Ethnically, I am half Mongolian and half Persian.
Wow.
So it's kind of like all over that place. Yeah, and then we moved to Canada in 2008. So it's been 7 years.
Wow. Okay.
And Toronto is the love of my life. No place in the world can beat Toronto. Toronto, eh? Yeah.
I know, like, couldn't figure out where he's from. I'm like, I don't know where he's from. Okay, so after you leave us, where are you off to? You said Thailand?
Beijing, China.
Beijing, China.
Yes.
For how long?
Couple of months.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm flying there next month, and then I'll stay there for 2 weeks, and then I'm going for teacher training. I'm flying down to Thailand just for a week.
Okay.
Just to help out with stuff, posture clinics and stuff.
Okay.
They always encourage teachers to come back and visit.
Okay.
So I'll go there for a week and then go back to China, teach for another maybe month or two, and then off to Indonesia.
Wow. Awesome. Okay, here's the big question. How do we properly pronounce your name? Is it like Changu or Changu?
It's just Changu.
Changu.
Changu. Well, in Pakistan they would call me Changu.
Changu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is not my real name, by the way. It's my nickname.
Okay.
But it's just so... I felt like it was very friendly and very easy for people to pronounce here in Canada. So, as opposed to my real name, which is Abid Ali. So, it's a very Arabic name.
Right.
So, Changu was more easier for people.
It's a happy name.
It is a very happy name. I agree. Just Changu.
Changu. So I think I was pronouncing it wrong for quite a while.
No, it's all good.
All right, well, thank you for the Q&A. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. It's been awesome.
I just want to say that State College is amazing. Yeah, I had an amazing time.
Yay.
Really.